Thank you. Shabbat Shalom, everybody. It seems a while. It is a while. It's a long while. I think March was the last time I stood here. And I'm going to start with a little prayer that Rabbi Kath Vardi, who is the rabbi at Northwest Surrey Synagogue, which is the shul that Andrew and I have joined in Weybridge. And I'm so, the Shabbat after the terrorist attacks, Rabbi Kath wrote this: "May we each be held with tenderness and love, and may we be heard in our sadness and our grief. May we each be seen in our confusion and in our pain, and may our eyes remain opening to the suffering of those out of sight. May we have the strength to hold up those whose knees have buckled, and may there be hands that reach for us as we stumble. May there be space for the Shekhinah to descend among us, and as water finds its ways through the cracks, may the peace of Shabbat find an opening to seep into our souls." And then Jess will lead us, page 126, Hinei Matov.
שבת אחים גם יחד, הנה מה טוב ומה נעים. שבת אחים גם יחד, הנה מה טוב. שבת אחים גם יחד, הנה מה טוב. שבת אחים גם יחד, הנה מה טוב ומה נעים. שבת אחים גם יחד, הנה מה טוב ומה נעים. שבת אחים גם יחד, הנה מה טוב ומה נעים. שבת אחים גם יחד, הנה מה טוב ומה נעים. שבת אחים גם יחד.
Thank you, Jess. And now Romain will honor us with lighting the candles.
As these candles give light to all who behold them, so may we, by our lives, give light to all who behold us. As their brightness reminds us of the generations of Israel who have kindled light, so may we in our own day be among those who kindle light. Baruch atah Adonai. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam, asher kiddushanu b'mitzvotav, v'tzivanu lahadlik ner shel Shabbat. Amen.
Shabbat
Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam, asher kiddushanu b'mitzvotav, asher kiddushanu b'mitzvotav, v'tzivanu להדליק נר של שבת, של שבת, אשר קידשנו במצוותיו, אשר קידשנו במצוותיו, וציוונו להדליק נר
Jess, please be seated. And on page 130, Lechuna Ranana.
Lechuna Ranana la donna, Lechuna Ranana la donna, la donna, la donna, Naria, Litzuri Shenu, Naria, Litzuri Shenu, Yeshenu, Bismirot, Nekadma, Fana Betoda, Nekadma, Fana Betoda, Bismirot, Narialo, Bismirot, Narialo, Bismirot, Narialo, Bismirot, Narialo, Narialo.
On page 131, in God's hand are the depths of the earth, the peaks of the mountains are God's. God's is the sea, God made it, and the land which God's hands fashioned. Come, let us bow down and kneel, bend the knee before God, our Maker, for the Eternal One is our God, and we are the people God tends, the flock in God's care. Oh, if you would but heed God's charge this day. And on the bottom of page 132, Ozarua.
Ozarua, Latzadik, Ozarua, Latzadik, Ule Yisraelim Simcha, Ule Yisraelim Simcha. Yisrael Simcha, Ozarua Latzadik, Ozarua Latzadik, Ule Yisrael Simcha, 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 Ule Yisrael Simcha.
Thank you, Jess. Page 136. Mizmor LeDavid. Avu l'Adonai b'nei elim, Avu l'Adonai kavod vos, Avu l'Adonai kavod shemo, Ishtachavu l'Adonai b'chadrat kodesh, Kol Adonai el hamayim, el hakavod hirim, Adonai hamayim rabim, Kol Adonai b'choach, Kol Adonai b'hodo, Kol Adonai shovei erozim, Vayishba'u et Adonai et hazeh havanon, Vayakidem kamo Mo ben remim, kol Adonai, chad sev lavodesh, kol Adonai, yachil midbar, yachil Adonai, midbar kodesh, kol Adonai, yachle ayalot, Vayechesof Yarot Uvahechalo Kulo Amekavod Adonai Lama Bol Yashev Vayeshev Adonai Melech Leolam Adonai Yasliamo Yiten Adonai Yevarech et Hamo Bashalom. And before we move into HHDs, I'd like to read this to you. It's actually from Mishkan HaNefesh, from the Yom Kippur service. But it just struck such a chord with me. Try to praise the mutilated world. Try to praise the mutilated world. Remember June's long days. And remember, this is written for the Northern Hemisphere. And wild strawberries, drops of wine, the dew. The nettles that methodically overgrow the abandoned homesteads of exiles. You must praise the mutilated world. You watched the stylish yachts and ships. One of them had a long trip ahead of it, while salty oblivion awaited others. You've seen the refugees heading nowhere. You've heard the executioners sing joyfully. You should praise the mutilated world. Remember the moments when we were together in a white room and the curtain fluttered. Return in thought to the concert where music flared. You gathered acorns in the park in autumn, and leaves eddied over the earth's scars. Praise the mutilated world, and the grey feather a thrush lost, and the gentle light that strays and vanishes and returns. Now we move to HHDs on page 138.
L'Hachadodi Prakala B'nei Shabbat L'Kabbalah L'Hachadodi Prakala B'nei Shabbat L'Kabbalah Shamor Zachor B'dibur Echad Yishme'anu El HaMeyuchad Adonai Echad U'Shemo Echad Shemo Tiferet V'alitila L'Hachadodi Prakala B'nei Shabbat L'Kabbalah L'Hachadodi Prakala B'nei Shabbat L'Kabbalah Likrat Shabbat L'chu V'necha Ki Mekor HaBeraka Merosh Mikerem Nesucha Sof Maaseh B'makshava Tila L'Hachadodi Prakala B'nei Shabbat L'Kabbalah Hitoreri Ki Barech Umiori Uri Shidaberi Kavod Adonai Alayit Nigla L'Hachadodi Prakala B'nei Shabbat L'Kabbalah Boi שלום עטרת בלגן ושמחה ואת צולתו אמונה עם סגולה בואי כלה לחדודי לקראת כלה פני שבת לקבלה לחדודי לקראת כלה פני שבת
Please be seated, and Jess will move straight on to page 140, Mizmor Shir.
מזמור שיר ליום השבת, טוב להודות לאדוני, ולזמר לשמך עליון, לזמר לשמך עליון. להגיד בבוקר חסדך, אמונתך בלילות, ולעשות ולדבר, עלי היגיון לחינוך. מזמור שיר ליום השבת, טוב להודות לאדוני, ולזמר לשמך עליון, לזמר לשמך עליון. כי שימחתני אדוני בפועלך, במעשה ידך רענן. מה גדלו מעשיך אדוני, מאוד עמקו מחשבותיך. מזמור שיר ליום השבת, טוב להודות לאדוני, ולזמר לשמך עליון, ולזמר לשמך עליון.
Thank you, Jess, and carrying on. Tzadik katama yifrach yifrach, tzadik katama yifrach, ke'eretz ba'avanon yizkei, ke'eretz ba'avanon yizkei, ke'eretz ba'avanon yizkei, yizkei. Shtulim beveit Adonai, shtulim beveit Adonai, b'chatzrot Eloheinu, b'chatzrot Eloheinu, b'chatzrot Eloheinu yafrichu. Od Yunavan b'seva, b'seva, od Yunavan b'seva, Deshenim barananim, Deshenim barananim, Deshenim barananim yichu. Lahagid ki yasha Adonai, Lahagid ki yasha Adonai, Tzuri v'lo avlatabo, Tzuri v'lo avlatabo, Tzuri v'lo avlatabo. Turn to page 146, and please stand for Baruch Hu.
Die, 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 die. Die, 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 die. Die, 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 die. לעולם ועד.
Please be seated. On page 148, Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam, asher bidvaro ma'ariv aravim, b'chokhmah poteach yesharim, uvetuvana mishnei itam, umalchif et hazmanim, umesadem et hakochavim, umishmor atehem, berekia keritzona, borayom balayla golel or mifnei choshek v'choshek mifnei or. Umavir yom umevi laila, umavdil ben yom uven laila, Adonai tzvaot shemo. Echai v'chayam tamid yimlach aleinu li'alam ba'ed. Baruch atah Adonai hamariv aravim. Page 150. You all know, because you've heard me sing it many times before, that when we came from Shalom, I brought with me the tune from Les Miserables, Bring Him Home for Ahavat Olam, which with great temerity I'm about to sing. But many of you will probably also have seen the absolutely beautiful video that is doing the rounds of two members of the Israeli opera singing this as Bring Them Home. And there's also Stephen Lees is a cantor who was he was South African. He moved to the UK many years ago, but he also has a beautiful CD that I have had for many years, and he also has a beautiful version of this called B'Shalom. So, with great apologies, Ahavat Olam Beit Yisrael Amcha Ahavta Torah umitzvot chukim umishpatim otanu limadata al kein Adonai Eloheinu b'shach beinu v'kumeinu nasiach b'chuchecha v'nismach b'divrei Toratecha uv'mitzvotecha le'olam bo'ed ki chem chayenu ve'orech yomeinu uvahem neged yomam v'layla v'yavtacha al tasir mimenu le'olamim Baruch atah Adonai ohev amo Yisrael. Blessed are you, Eternal One, who loves your people Israel. And then just before we move to the Shema, I'm again going to read you a little piece called Adonai Echad. Adonai Echad, we proclaim you one. You are the one who unites all things, who links life to life in a sacred chain. The forests anchored in the soil breathe air into our lungs. Our faces are reflected in the creatures of earth. We carry the sea within us. Our fate is connected to rivers and deserts. Our family a many-branched tree of life. All beings intertwine in you. All are encompassed in Adonai Echad. Thus no man is an island, no soul exists apart. To say Echad is to know this truth, to see the world whole, humankind undivided. Precious and holy are these words we speak. Adonai Echad, we proclaim you one. So on page 152. Shema Yisrael, Adonai Eloheinu, Adonai Echad, Baruch Shem Kavod Malchuto Le'olam Va'ed. ואהבת את אדוני אלוהיך בכל לבבך ובכל נפשך ובכל מאודיך, והיו הדברים האלה אשר אנוכי מצווך היום על לבביך, ושיננתם לבניך ודיברת בם בשבתך בביתך ובלכתך בדרך ובשופך ובקומך, וקשרתם מאוד על ידיך, והיו לטובות בין עיניך, וכתבתם על מזוזות ביתך ובשעריך. ויאמר אדוני אל משה לאמור, דבר אל בני ישראל, ואמרת עליכם ויעשו להם ציצית על כנפי בגבדיהם לדורתם, ונתנו על ציצית הכנפי בתחיל תכלת. והיה לכם לציצית וריתם אותו, וצריכתם את כל מצוותו אדוני, ועשיתם אותם. ולא תחזרו אחרי לבבכם ואחרי עיניכם, אשר אתם צוענים אחריכם. למען תזכרו ועשיתם את כל מצוותי, והייתם קדושים לאלוהיכם. אני אדוני אלוהיכם, אשר הוצאתי אתכם מארץ מצרים, להיות לכם לאלוהים. אני אדוני אלוהיכם. The top of page 156. אמת ואמונה כל זאת וקיים עלינו, כי הוא אדוני אלוהינו ואין זולתו, ואנחנו ישראל עמו. Page 158, Jess will lead us in מי כמוך.
מי כמוך באלים אדוני, מי כמוך נהדר בקודש. נורא תהילות אוסף עליהם, נורא תהילות אוסף עליהם. מלכותך ראו עיניך בוקר לפני משה ומרים, זה לי ענו ויאמרו, מי כמוך באלים אדוני, מי כמוך נהדר בקודש. נורא תהילות אוסף עליהם, נורא תהילות אוסף עליהם.
Thank you, Jess. On page 160, Hashivenu Adonai Eloheinu l'shalom, ha'amidenu malkeinu l'chaim, ufros aleinu sukat shlomecha, v'taknenu be'etzah tova milfanecha, v'hoshienu l'ma'an shemecha, v'hagen ba'adenu, v'hasemi aleinu oyev dever, v'cherev v'rav v'yagon, v'harachech mimanu or bafasha, ובצל כנפיך הסתירנו, כי אל שומרנו מצילנו אתה, כי אל חנון ורחום אתה, ושמור צאתנו ובראנו, לחיים ולשלום מעתה ועד עולם. ברוך אתה אדוני, הבורש סוכת שלום עלינו, ועל כל עמו ישראל, ועל ירושלים. And then on page 162, Jess will sing Yismechu for us.
So I just wanted to say about Yismechu, it's a Hasidic song, and usually when the Hasidim sing, they dance as well. I'm not asking you to dance, but maybe just to clap or just move a little bit and sing along, of course. Yamri bam bam ba, Shabbat, Shabbat, yambidi bam bam ba. Shabbat, Shabbat, yambidi bam bam ba. Shabbat, 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 Shabbat. Yismachu, Yismachu b'malchutcha. Yismachu, Yismachu b'malchutcha. Shomrei Shabbat, Shomrei Shabbat, v'korei oneg oneg Shabbat. Shomrei Shabbat, Shomrei Shabbat, v'korei oneg oneg Shabbat. Aham mekadeshei shiri, kulam yisma'u v'yitdangu, mituvecha Shabbat, Shabbat. Yismachu, Yismachu b'malchutcha. Yismachu, Yismachu b'malchutcha. Shomrei Shabbat, Shomrei Shabbat, v'korei oneg oneg Shabbat. Shomrei Shabbat, Shomrei Shabbat, v'korei oneg oneg Shabbat. V'hoshri ratzita bo v'kidashtato, chemdat yachmin tokarata, sevel ma'aseh bereshit. Yismachu, Yismachu b'malchutcha. Yismachu, Yismachu b'malchutcha. Shomrei Shabbat, Shomrei Shabbat, v'korei oneg oneg Shabbat. Shomrei Shabbat, Shomrei Shabbat, v'korei oneg oneg Shabbat.
Thank you, Jess. I'd like to now ask Charlene and Shiloh to please come and open the ark for us. Charlene has just returned from Shnat in Israel. Adonai sifatai tiftachu v'yagi tehilatecha. Eternal God, open up my lips that my mouth may declare your praise. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu v'Elohei avotenu v'yimoteinu, Elohei Abraham, Elohei Yitzhak, v'Elohei Yaakov, Elohei Sarah, Elohei Rivka, Elohei Rachel, v'Elohei Leah. O El Gadol HaGibor v'Hanor, El Elyon Gomer Chasodim Tovim, v'Konei HaKol, v'Zochei Chazdei Avot v'Yamaot, Omid Gugla Lifnei B'neihem, L'man Shemo v'Yachava, Melech Hoseh u'Mashiach Magen. Baruch atah Adonai, Magen Avraham v'Sarat Sarah. Page 168. Atah Gibali Elam Adonai Mechayei Meitim Rav L'Hoshiach, Mashiv Aruch HaMarit HaGeshem, Mazriach HaShameh u'Marit HaTov, Machacher Chayim b'Chesed, Mechayei Meitim b'Rachamim Rabim. So make Noflim, Borofei Holim, Umatir Asurim, Umakayem Emunato Lishenei Elfar, Micha Mocha ve'Agavuat, Umida Melech, Melech Meimit Umakayei Umatzmiach Yeshua, B'ne'emanato Lachayot Metim, Baruch atah Adonai, Mechayei HaMeitim. Page 170. Atah kadosh v'shimcha kadosh u'kadoshim b'chol yom v'halukah selah. Baruch atah Adonai ha'el ha'kadosh. Page 172. אתה קידשת את יום השביעי לשמך, תכלית מעשה שמיים בארץ, וברכתו מכל הימים, וקדשתו מכל הזמנים, וכן כתוב בתורתך. ויחולו השמיים והארץ וכל צבאם, ויכל אלוהים ביום השביעי מלאכתו אשר עשה. וישבות ביום השביעי מכל מלאכתו אשר עשה. ויברך אלוהים את יום השביעי, וקדש אותו, כי בו שבת מכל מלאכתו, אשר ברא אלוהים לעשות. אלוהינו ואלוהי אבותינו, רצה במנוחתנו, קדשנו במצוותיך, ותן תחתנו בתורתך. סבנו מטובך, ושמחנו בשורתך, וטהר לבנו להבטחה באמת, והנחילנו אדוני אלוהינו, באהבה וברצון שבת קודשך, ואנוכו בו ישראל מקדש שמך, ברוך אתה אדוני מקדש השבת. And then page 174 at the top. ותצא אדוני אלוהינו בעמך ישראל, ותפילתם באהבה תתקבל, ותהי לרצון תמיד עבדות ישראל עמך. אל קרוב לך ופורב, פנה אל עבדיך, ותפננו שופר רוחך עלינו.
מודים אנחנו לך שאתה הוא אדוני אלוהינו ואלוהי אבותינו ואימותינו לעולם ועד. צור חיינו ישנו, צור חיינו, מגן ישנו, אתה לדור ודור, לדור ודור. נודה לך ונספר תהילתך, או חיינו המסורים מידיך. נשמתנו הפקודות לך, והניסיך שבכל יום עמנו. ועל נפלאותיך וטובותיך, שבכל ערב ובוקר וצהריים, ערב ובוקר וצהריים. כתוב כי לא חלו רחמך, והמרחם כי לא תמו חסדיך, מעולם קיווינו לך, קיווינו לך.
ויתרומם שמך, מלכנו תמיד לעולם ועד. בכל חיינו יהודך סלע, ויאכלו את שמך באמת, האל ישועתנו ויצלתנו צלע. ברוך אתה אדוני, הטוב שמך, ברוכה נאה להודות. At top of page 178, Jess will lead us in Shalom Rav.
Shalom Rav al Yisrael Amcha Tasim Leolam. Shalom Rav al Yisrael Amcha Tasim Leolam. Ki ata hu melech Adon lechol hashalom. Tahu melech Adon lechol hashalom.
27:9, Jess will sing Lo Yisagoy. Nation shall not take up sword against nation. They shall never again know war.
Lo Yisagoy, Goy, Tere, Lo Yemeduot, Milkama, 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 Lo Yisagoy, Goy, Tere, Lo Yemeduot, Milkama.
Take a few moments for personal reflection, and then Jess will bring us all back together again with Ose Shalom at the bottom of page 180.
Ose Shalom Bimrama, Yase Shalom Aleinu, Ve'al Kol Yisrael, Ve'imru, Imru, Amen. Ose Shalom Bimrama, Yase Shalom Aleinu, Ve'al kol ha'olam, ve'imru, imru, amen. Yaseh shalom, shalom aleinu, ve'al kol ha'olam. Yaseh shalom, shalom aleinu, ve'al kol ha'olam. Yaseh shalom, shalom aleinu ve'al kol ha'olam. Yaseh shalom, shalom aleinu ve'al kol ha'olam. Yaseh shalom, shalom aleinu ve'al kol ha'olam.
Thank you, Jess. Reading the words and singing the words of Lo Yisagoy just suddenly took me back to being a teenager, when in our lunch breaks we would all get out our guitars, and most of us play extremely badly. And one of the songs we sang was, "Last night I had the strangest dream I ever dreamed before. I dreamed the world had all agreed to put an end to war." And more than 50 years later, where are we? We don't seem to be able to do it. We now move to page 511 for the Misha Beirach. And if anybody would like to call out names of people who are sick, are traumatized, are here or in Israel, wherever they are in the world, then please do so now. Thank you. Anybody on Zoom? Thank you, Jess.
מי שברך לאבותינו מקור הברכה לאמותינו. May the source of strength who blessed the ones before us help us find the courage to make our lives a blessing, and let us say, Amen. מי שברך אמותינו מקור הברכה לאבותינו. Bless those in need of healing with refuah shlema, the renewal of body, the renewal of spirit, and let us say, Amen.
Thank you, Jess. So, this week our Sedra is Lech Lecha. Amar Adonai el Abraham, Lech Lecha, Maratzecha umemoladetecha, umibeit avicha, el ha'eretz asher arecha. That's how the Sedra opens. Hashem said to Abraham, go forth from your land, from your home, and from your father's house to the land that I will show you. These are the opening lines of our Sedra this week. That land was then known as Canaan. We know it since May 1948 as Israel. At the opening of the Sedra, Abram and Sarai, introduced to us last week at the end of Noach, are already advanced in years. We're told Abram is 75 when God calls to him with the words, Lech Lecha, which literally means betake yourself. A midrash interprets this as go forth to find your authentic self, to learn who you are meant to be. Abram and Sarai make several moves during this Sedra and their search, becoming Abraham and Sarah among the way as they find themselves and their faith. This is the first of many times in the Torah that the divine promise that the land of Israel would be the homeland of the people of Israel. God tells, still Abram, I will make of you a great nation and I will bless you. I will make your name great and you shall be a blessing. And I will bless those who bless you and curse him that curses you. And all the families of the earth shall bless themselves by you. A blessed people and a cursed people we have certainly been and continue to be. Hirsch comments that the final phrase may be interpreted, I will bless each nation in accordance with the respect it shows the Jewish spirit. Nations and empires that have treated the Jews well have flourished, owing in large measure to their openness to many people, not just Jews, and to the specific contributions of their Jewish citizens. Nations that began by persecuting Jews out of their hatred for the Jewish moral code too often have gone on to bring destruction on themselves and their surroundings, from the Romans and the Greeks up to what we are witnessing today. This comment might beg the question, what will happen to Israel's warring neighbors in the Middle East? The answer, however, might be that their hatred is not of the Jewish moral code, but of the presence of Jews
in land that they see as theirs by right. Until 1948, the Jewish people had nowhere to call home, the homeland promised by God to Abraham. Scattered around the world, every nation more or less closed its doors from 1933 until 1945, or indeed 1948. Now we see migrants and refugees from war-torn countries desperately risking their lives to get into other countries they deem safe, as the Jews have done since time immemorial, to escape hatred, pogroms, and the Holocaust. Currently, we witness the humanitarian crisis unleashed on innocent Palestinians, precipitated by the events of October the 7th. I don't think I've heard much about all those Israelis displaced from their homes in the south and other vulnerable areas, because Israel looks after its own. In fact, only yesterday evening I took issue with a UK-based organisation through which we have supported children in India since 1991, and who does the most incredible work throughout the world, working with children in extreme poverty with particular emphasis on the girl child. But the appeal last night, although it acknowledged that Israeli children had been murdered as well, was only for humanitarian assistance to Gaza. We Jews, again, are left to look after our own, and we do. Throughout the Sedra, God promises Abram that he will have a child. God says to him, "Look toward heaven and count the stars, if you are able to count them," and added, "So shall your offspring be." Sarai is seemingly infertile. So we have the first example of surrogate motherhood when Sarai tells Abram, "Look, the Eternal has kept me from bearing. Consort with my maid, perhaps I shall have a son through her." Hagar becomes pregnant, and this demeans Sarai in her eyes. Sarai then, as we know, treats Hagar badly, and she runs away. The angel of God comes to Hagar and tells her that her son Ishmael will be the founder of a great nation. God comes again to Abram and makes a covenant with him. "As for me, this is my covenant with you. You shall be the father of a multitude of nations, and you shall no longer be called Abram, but your name shall be Abraham, for I make you the father of a multitude of nations." This name signifies a significant change, just as later Jacob's name is changed by God to Israel. God then describes to Abraham how every male should be circumcised. Sarai is also to be known henceforward as Sarah. She is a partner in the covenant and merits and receives her own blessings, even though she is a silent partner most of the time. The letter He added to both names represents the name of God and is a reward for their pious behavior. To do good deeds is to link our name with that of God. God tells Abraham that Sarah will bear him a son, and Abraham laughs because he is 100 and Sarah is 90, at least in biblical terms. God says, "Nevertheless, Sarah, your wife, shall bear you a son, and you shall name him Isaac, Yitzhak." We all know that Yitzhak means he laughs. The common misunderstanding is that Isaac received his name because Sarah also laughs, but she's told later that she's going to have this baby. At this point, God makes an interesting observation about Ishmael. Abraham has asked, "Oh, that Ishmael might live by your favor." God says, "As for Ishmael, I have heeded you. I hereby bless him. I will make him fertile and exceedingly numerous. He shall be the father of 12 chieftains, and I will make him a great nation. But my covenant I will maintain with Isaac, whom Sarah shall bear you at this season next year." Ishmael is to be treated much as Isaac's progeny through Jacob, with 12 tribes to his name corresponding to the 12 tribes of Israel. As we discussed at the beginning of the Sedra, each person has the opportunity and indeed responsibility to be good. Lech Lakah, they must make the choice themselves to find themselves. The Midrash teaches everything is in the hands of heaven except the fear of heaven. God will bless Ishmael with wealth and family so that neither poverty nor loneliness will incline him to evil behavior. Isaac is additionally to be blessed with this special relationship with God. The descendants of Ishmael became and remain exceedingly numerous, 456 and more million, with a total of 22 countries and counting. Far more so than the tiny number of 15 million Jews that inhabits one country in this world, or has one country, but is scattered around this world. And so in closing, I would recommend getting hold of a copy of the late Professor Martin Gilbert's book, In Ishmael's House, The Jews in Arab Lands, which traces the whole history. Shabbat Shalom. And now we move towards page 598 and the Mourner's Kaddish. And again, before we say the Kaddish, I'd like to read you a prayer for peace from Rabbi Eli Tikva Sarah, who is the Rabbi Emeritus of Brighton and Hove Progressive Synagogue. Prayer for peace. El Malei Rachmanim, God full of compassion, who heals the broken-hearted and binds up their wounds, we ask you to show all your children the way of love and compassion, so that hatred ceases to scar their lives. Ein Chaim, source of life, we call upon you to send your abundant blessings into every home, Israeli and Palestinian, so that new hope may overcome old fears. Adonai Tzaddik, righteous one, who exhorts us to pursue justice, we fervently pray that a spirit of righteousness may prevail, so that both peoples find the courage to reach a just settlement of their differences. Oseh Shalom, maker of peace, who teaches us to be seekers of peace, we entreat you now to spread your tabernacle of Shalom, Salam, over all the inhabitants of your land, and to support the peacemakers among both peoples in their efforts to walk the path of reconciliation, so that a just peace may reign supreme at last, bimhera, biyamenu, speedily in our own day. And let us say, Amen.
Our thought will not take of those who have departed this earth, our own loved ones, those whom our friends and neighbours have lost, the martyrs of our people whose graves are unmarked, and those of every race and nation whose lives have been a blessing to humanity. As we remember them, we meditate on the meaning of love and loss, of life and death. We think of our loved ones whom death has recently taken from us, those who died at this season in years past, and those whom we have drawn into our hearts with our own. Zichronam livracha, may their memories be for a blessing. And tonight we remember with the family of Yves Perez on the loss of his brother. We mourn with the family of Yves Perez with the loss of his brother and niece, who were both brutally murdered during the attack on the music festival in the Negev Desert. And our deepest condolences also to Yitzhak and Karen Turis on the loss of their nephew, Sergeant Tamir Barak, aged 19, from Kibbutz Nir Eliyahu, who fell in the line of duty. And those whose yahrzeit occurred in the last week: Samuel Abro, father of Romain Goldsmith; Ernest Bertoldi, father of Andreas Bertoldi; Benton Bloom, brother of Marcel Bloom-Ravent; Mara Edelstein, sister-in-law of Mel Williams; Ernest Hochfeld, remembered by Penelope Hochfeld; Sadia Josselson, mother of Beatrice Josselson; Arthur Levy, father of Mike Levy; Gina Schnabel, mother of Mike Levy; Zelda Schweitzer, mother of Francis Bachmann; Willem van der Linde, father of Yvonne Baer; and Roman Vinnick, husband of Alice Vinnick. May their memory be for a blessing.
Page 598. Yitkadal v'yishtabach shemei rabbah, b'amad divra kirutei v'yimlich malchutei, b'chayachon v'yamachon v'chayei dakol beit Yisrael, b'agala v'zman kari v'yimru amen. Yehesh me rabam v'vorech le'alam umaya maya. V'yiparak v'yishtabak v'yipa'a v'yitramam v'yitnaseh. V'yitada v'yitalei v'yitalal shmeid kudusha b'richu. Le'ela min kol b'richata v'shirata. Tishbachata v'nechemata. Da'amiram b'yama v'yimru amen. Yehesh loma rabba min shemai. V'chayim aleinu v'Yisrael v'yimru amen. V'oseh shalom b'imramav. Hu yaseh shalom. V'yal kol Yisrael v'yal kulam v'yimru amen. Before we sing Adon Olam, do we have any children? Are the children there? Yes, please. And would somebody like to come up with a big tallit, please? Because my little one won't cover the children. Thank you, Leonard. Leonard's just coming with a big tallit. Oh wow, you've got sweets there. You're going to get 2 lots. Yevarech Adonai v'yishmerecha, va'ayeh Adonai panav elecha yitunecha, yaseh Adonai panav elecha, v'shem lecha shalom. Oh, I can get 2 lots. Yes, okay. Thank you. And Jess will lead us in Adon Olam.
Hashem Allah, b'terem kol yitzir nivra, v'yet nasa b'chefzo kol, azay melech shemo nikra, v'yacharei kiklot hakol, livado yimlok nora, v'hu haya, v'hu hoveh, v'hu yeh b'tifara, v'hu echad v'en sheni, leham shilo lehapira, b'li reshit b'li tachlit, v'lo ha'oz v'hamizrah, v'hu eli v'chai go'eli, v'tzur chevli b'etzara, v'hu nisi u'manosli, v'nat kosi v'yom ekra, v'yado hafkid ruchi, v'et ishan v'ya'ira, v'im ruchi gaviyati, Adonai li v'lo ira.
Thank you, Jess.
Shalom. Shabbat Shalom, everybody. Thank you for being here. Time for the announcements. Thank you very much. Thank you. And I've forgotten your name, Nikki.
So long since I've been here.
for going to the UK. Thank you, Mickey, for a lovely service, very enlightening. Thank you. And our ensemble and our tech team, thank you very much. For the announcements, there are quite a few announcements. I like to do them in chronological order, so I'll start with tonight. There's a brocha, and please remember to feed the boxes. Tomorrow morning, because of the events happening at Zulek at 12 o'clock, with the motorcade that will be traveling through our areas, we are starting our service at 9 a.m. tomorrow and finishing promptly at 10:30. No brocha tomorrow morning, everybody to vacate the premises and go to your homes safely, okay? On Sunday, our visiting rabbi, our candidate for a full-time rabbi will be arriving. Sunday night, I'd like to invite anybody to join myself, Virgil, and Paul to meet her at the airport at 10:30 p.m. Who's still awake at that time? You're welcome to come there, and let's give her a lovely South African welcome, okay? I hope to see some of you there. Those who can't sleep, you're welcome to join us. On Monday, the rabbi has a full program. She's also doing the rehearsal for the Barmi, which we have next Shabbat morning. And then I'm happy to say on Tuesday, she's meeting with congregants, and the list is full. So all the slots are taken for Tuesday the 31st. On Wednesday she is busy. On Thursday she's going with Peter and Marion and Paul Davis to do the Heilbrow, the Sami. And on Friday, it's the pre-Barmin evening, so we will have our rabbi here with us. Shabbat morning, we hope to have a peaceful and calm and pleasant Shabbat morning service with the Barmi boy and his family, Aaron Tansho. And then on Saturday evening, we're having a Havdalah service, probably in the Sloan Boardroom area, and that will be at 5 p.m. You're all invited to come and be with us and be with the rabbi, and especially the youth, those with young children in their families, 18 and under, please come and join. She'd like to address our youth on Saturday evening. I think that is all. And then next Sunday, she is meeting with some congregants again. There are still a few slots available. Come and speak to me if you'd like to meet with her next Sunday or Monday. I think that's it. And then Diane, oh yeah, you are. Diane will now take over with the rest of the announcements. Thank you so much. Shabbat Shalom.
I've just got two announcements. The one is, my husband and I are taking Rabbi Chava to Constitution Hill on Friday. My husband was a political prisoner there, so he talks about his political journey, his experiences, talks about apartheid. We talk about the experience of being prisoners at the fort and in detention prior to that. So, and we'd really like people to come. It's about a 2-hour tour that we do, 10 o'clock on Friday morning, to meet at the ticket office.